Listen, I ain't got time for this.
Don't speak to me like that.
Come and speak to me, yeah? Right, okay, right. You've been causing some issues.
No, he ain't. He hasn't.
I'm talking to him.
No, he ain't.
Okay, I'm
Oi, calm yourself down. Calm your attitude down. Speak to the public with respect.
Listen, go away.
I'm telling you to calm down.
Go away.
Yeah, I'm DP audit. Respect. I'm carrying on all I want. Speak to the public with respect and integrity like you're meant to. Why is there no police here?
Go and speak to the inspector.
You call through now and tell him to send
No, you don't tell me what to do, pal.
Oh, shut your attitude up as well, you. Wind your neck in. Wind your neck in, yes.
Wind my neck in.
Yeah, you're the police officer. See that? That's a claim and a half. You're getting a claim against you. You little you're losing your job, you little.
Yeah, you think so?
See that, guys?
That's assault.
Witnesses, yeah?
You do nothing wrong.
You assaulted me.
Right.
On camera.
Whoa.
Yo, he's off his head. He can't be a cop, huh? That's look at that. Look at that. Wind your neck and look how bad he is.
This wasn't a split-second reaction to an urgent threat. It was a calculated decision to use force as a way to maintain control. When someone questioned his behavior, instead of responding with professionalism, he chose to exert authority through intimidation. That's not proper law enforcement. That's a misuse of power. Officers are expected to stay level-headed and respectful when their conduct is scrutinized, not react aggressively. What makes this situation even more concerning is that it unfolded in plain view of the public, offering a clear example of what can happen when those in power refuse to accept accountability.
Nah, I'm in public. Shut your mouth and your attitude up. You're a public of the servant, a servant of the public. There's no, you're breaching the peace.
You ain't spraying him. You ain't spraying him. And I'm doing nothing wrong.
No, you're not. You speak to him like that's what you're doing. You don't get to speak to public like that. You don't get to speak to people like you're speaking to him. That's not how your role works. You're a police officer of the law, serving the crowd and serving the people. Respect and integrity. Remember your oath and your college of peace in training. You're absolute disgrace. The way you push me over now, you're getting a claim against you. You're getting sued. You should lose your job for that as well.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, won't we? And you're going to be all over the internet. Do you know how many people are going to see you? You're live now.
Good for you.
Welcome to YouTube, you how about that?
Okay, swear at me once more, I'll lock you up.
Higher threshold. Is there any complainants? Is there any complainants for my swearing? Any complainants? Your officers need to arrest you.
Okay.
You assaulted me. Right. You need to arrest your fellow officer. Section 26, he just pushed me on the ground, threatened me with power for telling to rat himself. Nah, arrest your officer.
The auditor is invoking Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, which makes it a criminal offense for police officers to abuse their authority or engage in misconduct while performing their duties. In this instance, the auditor wasn't attacked during an arrest or in response to any threat. The assault happened simply because he questioned the officer's inappropriate behavior. This scenario brings to mind the case of Richard Healing, a former South Wales officer who was found guilty under the same law for taking advantage of vulnerable individuals. Just like in the current case, Healing used his position not to serve justice, but for personal benefit. His conviction serves as a reminder of how serious these violations are and reinforces the expectation of accountability in policing.
Online on YouTube, you're going on YouTube, you don't do your jobs correctly, you're going to look like idiots. Nah, he's assaulted, he's assaulted me, mate.
We need to work out what's gone on.
He's pushed me, he's foot to me like that because he was speaking to him like club and I told him to speak to members of the public with respect like you're meant to and professionally, and that is the worst example. He needs to be fired, he's getting sued or we're putting a claim against him. That was outrageous. Arrest him. Arrest him. Do your job that the College of Policing tells you to arrest him.
You need to relax. You need to calm down.
You need to arrest him.
You hear? You need to talk to me. Tell me what's going on. So obviously dealing with.
He was talking to him, and the way he was speaking to him was disgusting. The way you do not speak to members of the public like that. The way he was disgusting. Everything about him is disgusting. He's going to get. Do you know how many views he's going to do online now? He'll go viral with the way that was. That was one of the worst situations I've ever seen. I've done this for a year now. You need to arrest him.
Okay, well, we're not going to arrest him. But
you're not going to arrest your colleague when he's just broke the law and assaulted a member of the public.
But you're entitled to make.
What does your College of Policing treat you at the beginning? When you're call your officers. No, you listen to me. He has assaulted me and broke the law.
Listen to you. You're entitled to make a complaint online.
You're getting sued, mate.
Okay.
Look at him. Look at him.
Rather than addressing the auditor's legitimate legal concerns or taking responsibility for his actions, the officer shifts into a victim mindset, prioritizing his own discomfort over the public's right to demand accountability. The truth is, officers receive training to remain composed in tense situations. Feeling that one's personal space is invaded doesn't justify physical aggression, especially when it's the officer overstepping boundaries. This attitude, that discomfort warrants the use of force, is deeply troubling. It's not a matter of safety. It's about exerting control when that authority is questioned. Instead of de-escalating, offering an explanation, or simply stepping away, the officer chose to physically shove someone to the ground and then attempted to rationalize it with a flimsy, made-up rule. That's not responsible policing. It's a clear case of misconduct.
Okay.
Right, identify yourself.
7459.
Name, station.
Okay, don't need to give my...
Yes, you do.
No.
3 forms. You use your powers against me. 3 forms of identification.
Don't point at me.
I'll point like I want. No.
Yeah.
3 forms of identification. You're going to push me again, are you?
If you can put in my space, yes.
Oh, you're in my space now. What would happen if I
What
pushed
I'm
you?
doing... Well, you can try.
Ah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
See this, people?
Yeah?
You're welcome to YouTube.
Have a good day.
What's name and fucking station
Have a
as
good
well?
day, sir.
Name and station. I don't know. On his name and station, he's got to give 3 forms of identity.
Under the College of Policing guidelines, officers are obligated to provide their name, rank, and station when asked, particularly in incidents involving the use of force. This isn't merely a formality. It's a critical measure to prevent abuse of power and uphold public accountability. In this case, following an act of aggression, the officer deliberately withheld his identity, further damaging public trust and undermining the core values of policing in a democratic society. For victims to pursue justice, they must know who is responsible for their mistreatment. Without that transparency, wrongdoing goes unpunished. The officer's refusal to identify himself after such a serious event isn't just unprofessional, it's a conscious attempt to dodge accountability, and there's no justifying that.
You ain't gonna have a good day when it follows through on you. Welcome to YouTube as well.
Thank you.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at the state of him.
Really?
Yeah, the state here.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Have a good day.
Absolute.
Cheers. Swear at me again, I'll lock you up.
Because you can't use a higher threshold. You can't lock me up for that.
Really?
Yeah, section 5.
Really? You think so? That's it, you can walk him back.
See, he was going to arrest me, guys. Will, sort him out, man. He's horrible, mate.
Right, how's it going?
Him, he pushed me over there. His attitude stinks. He's threatening to arrest me, power spraying me.
Right.
The opposite of you. He needs to be sacked. He needs to be arrested. He should be arrested by fellow officers under your College of Policing to protect members of the public. He should be arrested for that.
Let's be honest. The auditor had just experienced a physical assault. He was visibly shaken in pain and understandably upset. Reacting emotionally in that moment is entirely human. Using strong language in such a situation isn't harassment or public disorder. It's a raw, instinctive response to being attacked by someone in a position of authority. For the officer to respond with a threat, "Swear at me again and I'll arrest you," isn't just unprofessional. It crosses into abusive behavior. Police officers are held to higher standards for a reason. Their training is meant to prepare them to handle high-stress situations calmly without lashing out. They're expected to de-escalate conflict, not inflame it. This isn't just a lapse in judgment. It reflects a deeper issue, a lack of remorse, self-control, and an understanding of the public trust that policing relies on. Threatening someone with arrest simply for expressing justified frustration only compounds the initial wrongdoing.
Did him.
Well, as you know,
You should have arrested him. Wait till you see the footage.
we can't arrest anyone, as you know. As a piece
You
of-
can't know. They should have arrested him.
So what you can do, and if you want to make a complaint.
Well, I've never experienced anything like him.
Well, I haven't seen
Ever,
Let me
mate.
hear what you said.
Ever. You know I'm sound reviews when it's a sound.
So you know what
I've never experienced
Let me
that.
say one thing.
He is a dangerous police officer. He should not be in the
one thing
police.
to
You should not be in the police. You are a dangerous police officer. You are a dangerous police officer. You should not be in a front-facing role. You should not be going out the public. You are disgusting. You are a shame.
Stand back.
Shameful. Shameful. You should not be a front-facing officer to the public. You are a danger to the public, my friend. You're the reason people like me exist, because of people like you.
You know that as well as me, this place is covered in cameras. Okay? So ergo, if you have a complaint, and you're an auditor, you probably feel...
I've got it on film, yeah, I will.
Mr. What can I call you?
Just call me DP.
DP.
Or Paul, call me Paul, call me Paul.
So, if you want to make a complaint, which really you know whatever happened will be covered in cameras, won't it?
Yeah,
So,
he cannot be in a role as a police officer, I'm sorry.
What I would suggest...
I'm not having to go, I'm just, that was outrageous.
What I would suggest is, after an incident like that, our adrenaline is high, which can lead to action.
Nah, when you see the footage, there's no excuse for his behaviour then. Initially.
Whatever's happened, has happened.
The justification offered by the second officer is both troubling and dangerous. Trying to minimize a clear act of assault by saying, "Our adrenaline was high," not only undermines the seriousness of what happened, but also attempts to legitimize violent behavior from individuals who are specifically trained to remain composed in high-pressure situations. Police officers are not bystanders caught in a spontaneous altercation. They are professionals entrusted with significant power, and with that comes the responsibility to act with control, not emotion. Statements like, "Whatever has happened," are blatant efforts to dismiss wrongdoing and sidestep responsibility. If a member of the public pushed an officer and offered the same excuse, it would be instantly rejected. Yet here, it's being used to justify the use of unlawful force against someone simply exercising their legal rights. This kind of double standard is exactly what erodes public confidence in law enforcement.
Going to get done about it.
Hang on, no.
Nothing's going to get done about it.
So, whatever's happened, you would try and just get your adrenaline down, carry on with what you're doing, auditing, whatever, seeing what's going on, videoing.
Yeah.
And then,
Where's the police presence,
when
man?
your adrenaline's high, you can react to things that you won't normally react to.
To be honest with that copper then, the reason I snapped at him, because the way he was talking to this fella here was the most, honestly, you know what I'm like, Will? If you sound, I'm sound with you. This was the most outrageous thing I've seen from a police officer in probably my life, Will. And I've been beaten up by yous and everything. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Shameful. And I hope he's reprimanded when you get back to the station. I hope you tell him that he's wrong in what he's doing, and do what your college of police tells you to call your fellow officers out. That's the professionalism you need to do, because of these sort of things. Them coppers is ruining your relations with the public. So you need to tell them. And I hope you do.
The auditor makes a powerful point by calling out one of the most pressing problems in modern policing: the silence of officers who witness wrongdoing but say nothing. The College of Policing's Code of Ethics clearly outlines the importance of integrity, accountability, and the duty to intervene when colleagues act unprofessionally. That responsibility includes speaking up when another officer crosses the line. Each time misconduct goes unchallenged, it not only widens the gap between police and the public, but also undermines the credibility of officers who are committed to doing the right thing. The public is paying attention, and inaction can be just as telling as misconduct itself. Officers must be willing to hold one another accountable, not just for the sake of the profession, but to preserve the trust and meaning behind the badge. Without that, the role of a public servant becomes little more than a label.
Was the worst attitude I've seen from a police officer
really
in my entire life. And I grew up ghetto and shit.
I'm not saying you're lying, I'm not saying it didn't happen, I'm just saying I'm surprised. And that's
well,
being really straight.
You'll see the footage anyway, and you're going to be in shock. Yeah, and you know what I'm like? I said, I was telling him, at first he kind of relaxed a little bit, and then I think his ego took back over. Right. And then he had to start.
It's really surprising. But as long as you're alright.
No, I'm alright.
That's the most important thing.
Tell him KHNK solicitors will be in contact with him soon.
I didn't hear it.
Tell him the solicitors will be in contact with him soon, man. Oh, and I will go to the ISP, all that, right? Go through them methods. I want him removed as his role as a police officer. After that today, he should not be a police officer. I know he's your friend, Will, but I'm sorry, he shouldn't. It's dangerous. Can't be having danger like that.
What I witnessed from that officer was genuinely one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. And that's coming from someone who grew up in a rough area. I'm not saying he's completely blameless, but I was honestly shocked by his behavior. You'll see the footage for yourself, and I'm certain you'll feel the same. At first, it looked like he was calming down, but then his ego took over, and his behavior spiraled again. Thankfully, you're okay. And that's what matters most right now. Just let him know that legal representation will be reaching out soon, and I'll be filing a full report with the Independent Standards Panel. I'm calling for his removal from the force. After what happened, it's clear he shouldn't be in that position. It's simply too dangerous to have someone like that wearing a badge. I understand he's your friend, Will, but I have to be honest. He's not fit to serve as a police officer anymore.